Yogi Stillness, and thank you for joining us. I'll be your guide in today's meditation. Today we'll be looking into how mindfulness can be a compass to balance our feelings with our logic. We'll begin by sitting on the floor, a cushion, or in a chair. Allow your eyes to close when you're ready and tune into your breathing. Watch your breath enter in through your nostrils, move down your throat into your lungs, then travel back out. With that attention, let's take 3 deep breaths together. Begin with a great big inhale and hold it in, and a long, full exhale. A deeper inhale and pause, holding it, and another full exhale. One last inhale and hold, and a long exhale. Let it all go. Allow your thoughts to slow down with your breath now. The more slowly and deeply you breathe, the less quickly your thoughts will float past. Notice each thought as it goes by. Attempt to observe which thoughts have emotional energy. Some thoughts will be neutral observations, like hearing a sound or feeling a breeze. Label these in your mind as non-feeling. Other thoughts may have feelings connected to them, such as hunger, discomfort, joy, or anything else. These feelings may be intense or mild. Label these in your mind as feeling. As each thought floats by, note if it has any emotional energy or not. Continue mentally labeling these thoughts as feeling or non-feeling for a couple of minutes in silence. Come back to the present moment and listen to the breath. Notice if there are any subtle emotions you can feel in the breath. In the presence of strong emotions, the breath can be overcome by them. When you calmly meditate on the breath, sometimes it can feel completely mechanical and unfeeling. As you continue watching the breath, notice any emotions you might experience and whether they manifest in the breath or not. Continue watching the breath and emotions silently for another few moments here. go of any thoughts and feelings floating around in your mind and return your focus to the balance of the inhale and exhale again. There are many ways to think about how our minds work, but one useful model is the idea that we can approach situations from a rational place, our heads, or a compassionate place, our hearts. These two are not exclusive, but sometimes our heads and our hearts can agree. For instance, we may choose a home or a car based on logic, but that doesn't mean we don't also choose what we wanted deep in our hearts. But more often than not, our instinct when solving a problem is either to listen fully to our hearts or push our feelings aside and attempt to reason our way through difficulty. We cannot always rely completely on our emotions or our rationality to get us through every situation. But knowing when to listen to our heads or our hearts can be a challenge, can rise to every day with mindfulness. While emotions can feel real, we might keep in mind that they can be manipulated by outside sources like the news, social media, or how someone treats us. When this is the case, we can remind ourselves that we are not our emotions, and they do not define us, and that these emotions will eventually pass. On the other hand, we may not want to dismiss our emotions entirely, as they are an important part of our guiding system. If an emotion is uncomfortable, we may tend to compartmentalize and dismiss the emotion entirely. This extreme would have us miss out on so much of the richness of life and even potentially losing touch with our deepest intuition. Like so many things we encounter, it is in finding the balance between listening to our emotions and using our logic to guide us. When feeling pulled one way or another, we can seek a solution that integrates both parts of ourselves. Our minds help us stay connected to the big picture, while our hearts help us not to lose sight of the details along the way. Our daily mindfulness practice can help us see solutions that allow all sides of ourselves to be expressed. Just as our two eyes allow us to better understand depth, the dual perspective of our heads and hearts give us a greater depth of understanding. It is common for many to favor one over the other, but the more they work together, the more mindfully we can navigate our way through the world. Come back into your body now. Wiggle your fingers and toes a bit. And take one last cleansing breath in and hold it and let it go. And you can allow your eyes to open. Thank you for showing up for yourself in this practice today. We are so grateful for the opportunity to support you in self-care and look forward to meeting here again tomorrow.